All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, good afternoon. Excuse me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It is a pleasure to see you this morning, this afternoon, or this evening. And thank you again for joining our What to Expect session for our DBA program here at UBIS. We're very excited to embark in this journey with you. We hope to get all your questions answered, that you meet as many people as possible today and have a better perspective or the DBA program here at UBIS. Again, we are very excited for you to be joining the UBIS family, and welcome again. We would like to get started with our mission statement. UBIS is committed to increasing the quality, affordability, and access to tertiary education around the globe. Here at UBIS, we aspire to create, build, and enrich lifelong prosperity for the common global citizen and sustainable business leader by inspiring and advancing self-determination through education. Our vision as a university and as an institution is for every global citizen to have access to the education that they desire. We're a global university. We're big on diversity, which proves with the fact that we have students from all 5 different continents and from over 30 nationalities around. Let's start with also meeting the team. I know I have had the opportunity to meet some of you already, and it is a pleasure to see you again. Well, I'll start by introducing myself. For those that don't know me, my name is Rafael Salazar. I am the Chief Admissions and Chief Revenue Officer here at UBIS. I have over 15 years of experience in higher education, both local in the United States and international and global as well. Again, pleasure to embark in this journey with you. Really excited for you and hope to see you at graduation. And we can have the team, perhaps Dr. Viola, if you want to go next, that'll be great.
Good morning, afternoon, evening. It's a pleasure to welcome you here. I'm the academic dean for the bachelor and master's program, and I also teach at the DBA level. I'm Swiss, so you see the little white cross with the red background, and I'm based in Switzerland, between Switzerland and France.
Thank you, Viola. Dr. Antonina.
Hi. Thank you, Raf. Thank you for the meeting and the invitation. Hello, everyone. Lovely to meet you and welcome. I hope welcome to UBIS family. So my name is Dr. Tony Santelola. That's how students call me here. I'm based in Oxford, UK. So I got my PhD from the University of Oxford, where I continue teaching actually. And it was a great pleasure. I teach research methodology at DBA program. So I hope to meet many of you, to share the knowledge, to grade some assignments, of course. And yes, I can promise that definitely with the help of our staff and faculty and other students, that's going to be an absolutely unforgettable, insightful, and useful journey, your DBA program.
Thank you. Dr. Sean, do you want to go next?
Morning, everybody from Los Angeles. That's my line. I'm here from my big lecture hall, ready for you, ready for action. I'll be talking to you in a few moments about other things, what to expect as a DBA student. I'm the director of the DBA program. It's lovely to meet you. I'm excited for you. Okay, this is a big deal. And I'll pass it back to Raf. Again, you'll hear from me later. Thank you.
Thank you. Eduardo.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to virtually meet you all in this session. My name is Eduardo Ortiz Tosta. I am the campus director for Barcelona and Geneva, and also I'm the Global Student Services Manager. I am originally from Venezuela, but I'm also Spanish. I'm based in Barcelona, Spain. I'm a lawyer. I'm a specialist in mergers and acquisitions. And well, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. Looking forward to meet you all and to work with every single one of you. Welcome, and thank you for choosing UBIS.
Thank you, Eduardo. I know a lot of you have had the opportunity to meet Dr. Stuart Cooley. Unfortunately, he could not be with us today. Same with Vincent Wood, who is our Associate Campus Director at the Geneva campus. Was also hoping our provost was here. I don't know if she got caught up with the meeting, but if she's not, let's go ahead and move on to the next slide, and we can have her introduce herself later. So, Eduardo, if you could give us a pleasure to share our rebranding news.
Sure, absolutely. Well, about the rebranding news. Well, this is most certainly fantastic news because over the past year, UBIS has been working with students, alumni, and faculty from around the globe to ensure graduates are prepared for successful careers. In doing so, we have undergone a rebranding process to align with the ever-changing global market. As you can see below, we have new logos for our brand. We'll soon be sharing with you the new university website and branding material. But in the meantime, below is a sneak preview of this. This is all a sign of continued growth and globalization. Our mission and vision as a university is to ensure all students can have access to a high quality education that is innovative with a sustainable business approach.
Thank you, Eduardo. This is very exciting news for us as a university. We have truly become global and definitely want to represent that. So this is something that we're very excited about. There's also some great accreditation news here at UBIS. And if Dr. Viola could give us a pleasure to talk a little bit more about it.
So accreditation is something very important for any school. And we have been working very hard, in fact, on a number of existing accreditations. So we have ISCB accreditation, and we have had that for 10 years. We also have ISO. And in fact, for ISO, we've just received a new accreditation, which is ISO 21001. Well, that's a bit esoteric. Basically, it's a label for higher educational institutions. We have also CHEA and EDUQUA. EDUQUA is a Swiss local educational and training label for continued education. We're a full member of EFMD, and you can see two logos up in the right-hand corner, NETGI and SAC. So these are longer-term projects we have been working on for the past months, and in fact for SAC for the past years. And we are hoping to complete those accreditations to, of course, show that we are a reliable school, that our education follows academic standards. And in addition, we have also some labels from the CEO magazine. So we're a tier 1 global school and have been obtaining last year. So for 2020, 2021, number 7 for global online education. Back to you, Raf.
Thank you. And to summarize, thank you so much, Dr. Viola. As a university, we continue to strive for excellence, and this is a prime example with our applications and candidacy for the Swiss Accreditation Council and the New England Commission of Higher Education. Dr. Sean, if you could give us a pleasure to talk about faculty.
Certainly. So I want to just first thank all of the team here. I want to thank the students in a minute. But the reason why you're all here, first of all, you inquired, and now you're here. But the team and the team behind all of this operation is just exceptional. I work with them. We all work together at 6 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, helping you. And I want to just thank all of the representatives who help bring you here, which is quite exciting. The faculty, you all met us here and there on your journey to this day, but I just want to emphasize our faculty are quite exceptional people, and we're all kind of faculty are kind of different and eclectic. in their own rights. And you have that here at UBIS. The faculty are very seasoned academicians, scholars, teachers. Most of us have been teaching at least 20 years. So you're in really good hands. And I just want to highlight the value that you have with the teaching team. In terms of the DBA faculty, of course, we're all credentialed through, holding doctorates, just like you will. And the teaching team is seasoned with practitioner and academic skills and history. So we kind of walk the talk. You'll have some American faculty, some Swiss faculty, some UK faculty. The point being, it's a global team, and that really defines our purpose. Let me just highlight a couple of things. You'll see that mission statement a lot, and there are 3 pillars there: quality, affordability, and access. And that's I think, demonstrated in this meeting today. I'll talk more about that in a moment. You can see, I think we have some, you were just given some branding of our accreditation. There's some nice brands there supporting the schools that we all attended for our doctoral programs. And so you're really, really in good hands, and I'm excited for you. Raf, you want to go to the next one?
Yes.
I think that's me. By the way, the little couple of bullet points on the bottom of the last slide, it said how to get a hold of us. You'll be using your email like crazy. I know you probably have 5 different emails, but now you're going to have a UBIS email, and you're going to want to check that, put it on your phone, and have that connected with you all the time. We connect with you via email. We have learning platforms that are very high level. So you're now entering the school zone. You want to get ready for that. And staying connected is the way to success. The next slide, let me just highlight a few things. We're talking about Dba Expectations, what to expect as a student. Most, if not all of you are, you've been around the block before, you have all been through graduate school before. Let me just remind you, and this is what we talked about when I met you in our Meet the Director meetings. This is a big deal. If doctoral programs were easy, everyone would do it, but they're not. And they're not easy because what your expectation is as a student is that you are learning how to think again. You're learning how to learn rigorously. And that's the whole point of a high-level doctoral program. In terms of the dissertation, that's down the line. Remember, I told you, you don't have to come here with the dissertation plan. Our plan is to help teach you the fundamentals of research, teaching you the fundamentals of, the trends in management, what's really going on today. And then by the time you get past those 700 series courses, about 1.5 years in, you're going to then reach that dissertation journey. And there's the word journey has been mentioned a lot in here. That's exactly what it is. It's a journey to, again, learn how to learn how to ask questions, research questions, and that's what the dissertation is all about. Your job in this program, in the end, is to create original new knowledge, adding one little tiny layer to that onion of knowledge. And that's the whole point of a dissertation. And we take you through that journey, and it's indeed an exciting one. You can see here, your faculty advisors will be your professors. Will have dissertation teams ready for you down the pipeline when you get there. And again, it's a close relationship, shepherding you through the 1.5 year long process. You can go to the next one, Raf. I can keep talking about expectations all day long.
Hold on, Seneca, can we go to the next slide? Okay.
Is that me? I think it's me. Let me kind of summarize that while also adding a couple more bits and pieces here. I want to emphasize, it says state-of-the-art global programs. Well, you saw all of our accolades in terms of accreditation and our quest for constant accreditation. A global program requires an amazing infrastructure of technology, communication, mission-driven faculty and teams, and that's what you have here at UBIS. I want to highlight the peer group and the peer kind of connection. When we met before, the peer group is really your new learning community, and you're going to be and you'll meet a few of our students as well. You're in a peer group, meaning that's your new sort of That's your network. You'll instantly have a global network. When you're like this is your global network. Imagine all of the countries and people being represented here today in just one big meeting. So we're really good at it. We pride ourselves on that globalization of knowledge. And again, you're in good hands. If I could emphasize a couple more things, and that's that our the journey in other kind of PhD doctoral programs, DBAs as well, and there are lots of them, and I'm glad you chose us. The tradition is to kind of throw you out into the wilderness and have you go figure things out on your own. There's some sort of maybe benefit to that, but not, that's kind of old fashioned. We're new fashioned, and we are more of we're your colleague as much as we are as your faculty and your team. And we want to see you take this journey on time, with purpose, and have that prize at the end with the next phase of your life. So those are the expectations, really learning rigorously, getting connected with us, getting connected with your global peer group, and really taking the journey head on. There's a lot of other cool things that we have going on here. Some of our teammates on this call today will talk about them, but you're really in good hands with a very, very exciting global new sort of fashion forward DBA program. And so I'm delighted to be with you today. And I think I can throw it back to you, Raf.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, we would also like to talk about our expectations for you and your commitment to UBIS. So right before classes begin, we want to make sure that you are attending orientation. Your global admissions team and global admissions representatives will reach out to you directly to ensure the time is confirmed and you have all your questions answered. It is important to complete your finals admissions requirements in order for you to receive a final acceptance letter, for you to also receive your course mapping that is going to have your schedule and the classes that you will be taking from our global register, personalized doctorate of personalized DBA dissertation handbook, your UBIS credentials, which are key, as with your UBIS credentials is the only way you'll be able to access the platform that Dr. Sean was just talking about in the previous slide, such as your LMS, Learning Management System, the UBIS library, and any other resources that we are providing to you as a student. Also, you'll have an opportunity, that's actually one of our students right there, Firuz, to have your student ID representing your campus, your name, and that you are part of the UBIS family and part of the program. On that note, we don't have a slide for this, but we wanted also to take the opportunity for Dr. Tony to speak about the UBIS Research Institute. I believe some of you, we had the opportunity to attend some of our Sunday colloquium events, but I would like Dr. Tony to speak a little bit more about it, as this is something very exciting that we're bringing here at UBIS. So Dr. Tony, if you could please give us a pleasure.
Sure, thank you, Raf. I can talk about Research Institute forever, So that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you join UBIS team, you're not going to be provided only with the quality, and I would say quite tailored the courses, academic courses, but also we would expect that you take some active participation in the development and creation of cultural, introducing culture from all over the world, but introducing that to research activities we have at UBIS. And for this, we have a range of different activities. And one is that pretty much every Sunday at 4 o'clock, we meet all together from different parts of the world. That's where the feeling of UBIS being really global is really felt, and we discuss topics which really deserve our attention. For instance, next Sunday, we discuss, let's talk about what we already had. So last Sunday, we discussed Japan and the decades of stagnation in Japan and the reasons why and the consequences which this stagnation might lead or bring to the country. And as Dr. Jesu mentioned, at DBA level, you're supposed to create knowledge, new knowledge already. And that's why at UBIS, we sincerely believe that your participation, not only kind of being concerned with your very specific research question, but rather kind of widening your horizon, trying to be curious, trying to introduce, kind of maybe new areas of expertise into your portfolio. That's what we are aiming at. Apart from that, we are going to have conferences, one that is in a pipeline with Viola that we organize with UNESCO, for instance. So that's a brilliant opportunity for UBIS students, kind of to introduce themselves, basically, to announce the research they are busy with. And trust me, there are plenty other opportunities like that. So we really expect that you're going to contribute to the creation of research culture at the university, introducing your knowledge, contributing, your expertise, your cultural differences and values to the culture of UBIS and research culture at UBIS in particular. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Anybody? Do we have brave candidates who can ask questions already at this stage?
And what we could do, Tony, let's wait. Why don't we finish the presentation and wait for the Q&A, and
Sure.
then and hopefully we have a lot of questions for everyone in the team.
Sure, Raf.
All right, so thank you again, everyone. So we wanted also to summarize by telling you the reasons why we love UBIS and the reason for everyone to love UBIS. So number one, the close links with the corporate world, partnerships with the university worldwide, the fact that our classes are boutique. We keep our classes to a pretty small size, so that way you can still get a one-on-one interaction with your professors and network with your classmates as well. We have emphasized on practical experience, network with the United Nations, and the opportunity to join 1,300 plus students and alumni from over 30 nationalities. Also, the ability and the flexibility when it comes to the schedule. Hop off and on for perhaps visiting the campus and meeting with your dissertation supervisor, or having the opportunity again to challenge the boundaries of online traditional education and meeting one-on-one and having the opportunity to interact and network from students and professors from all over the world. Next, please. All right, next, we would like actually to introduce you to some very special people that we all had here at the UBIS family, the opportunity to interact and meet and get to know in a professional and a personal level. So definitely, it is a pleasure. It's one of my favorite parts working here at the university. We'd like to introduce you to some of your future classmates and some of the people that you'll be interacting with and being in a classroom setting with. As you can see with the flags, people from all over the world as well, as it is a very diverse program. So let's start with the ladies. If I have Carmella or Anna, whoever wants to go first, and share a little bit about your experience or perhaps any words of advice that you want to give any of the attendees here today, Carmella or Anna, if one of you could give us a pleasure.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Carmella Ferreira. I'm a DBA student. I began June 2021. And so far I've gone through 4 cohorts in my program. Our professors are very experienced with outstanding backgrounds in business and practical management. Some of the subjects that I've gone through are leadership trends, management trends, corporate social responsibility, and I'm currently in a research methods class under Dr. Gilbert. I've had so many great experiences interacting with my classmates who come from all over the world. I'm in the Philippines, and so the lecture classes that I take begin at midnight, and they're for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And so aside from the lectures and the interaction with my classmates, I also try to read every day about 2 to 3 hours, spending time on the literature that's assigned to us for the week's lecture, the week's live lecture. I also have access to recorded lectures and the vast amount of resources from UBIS library, Learn, LIRN. So far, it's been a great experience, and it's exactly what I had been looking for, because I work in the education sector and I run a K-12 international school. So I have a family, so I really have to consciously set a certain amount of time to keep up on my readings. I think that's about it.
Thank you. Thank you, Carmella. I appreciate it. Anna, I don't know if you're there, if there's anything that you would like to share.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here first. So I want to start, I'm a project manager. My name is Anna, and I'm originally from Albania, but I live in Berlin, in Germany. And while I was actually looking to start a doctorate, I had several interviews, and I was looking for 3 things. And the first one was flexibility. So I guess all of us are at a stage right now where we're all busy with our professional lives and maybe other different lives, different parts as well, like families, or I don't know, personally not. I was just busy with my professional life, and I was really struggling into finding the flexibility to be able to pursue my doctorate and find the time to do all the reads and all the stuff. I consider myself a learner, so I was really thrilled after I finished my master's degree to start my doctorate. And I was also aware of the time that it would require. So flexibility was one of the key issues that I was actually trying to make sure it was there. Second, it was quality. So I was looking for, I wanted to make sure that actually the staff and the teachers, they were, they had the credentials that I was looking for. And the third was the culture of the university. So I was really looking for something which was student-centric, and that was amazing with UBIS. And I really, I say that every time I have the possibility to say it, because it really doesn't make you waste time by bureaucracies and stuff like this. You're never left behind, because we're always in contact with one another, and it doesn't matter if it's with professors or with our fellow students. We're always, discussing about stuff and talking about things that are happening in the university, and I really find this extraordinary. So that's about me. I'm again happy to be here, and thanks, Rafael.
Thank you, Anna. I really appreciate it. Oscar or Vincent, will one of you want to go next?
I could jump ahead.
Thank you.
I can't hear myself too well on my PC. Am I clear?
Yes, you are.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, just quickly to say, for me, the folks here now, they are the stage making the decisions. And for me, I put it as an ABC sort of checklist for me with UBIS. A was the alignment of the course and the course content to my interests, my personal interest. I come from the Caribbean, Virgin Islands, and I am sort of semi-retired. I've been out of school for about 25 years. So I realized I had to catch up with the new knowledge. I have young kids who are college bound and in college, and I just had a sense that I need to kind of come and keep abreast for my own personal development with the new issues that are around nowadays. And so when I went to college 20 years ago, there was no internet, there was no email contact with my professors, there was no Zoom for communication. There was video conferencing, and you were in a room together with other people. It's just been made so easy now, and COVID coming made us aware of how easy it is to get together and learn. And so UBIS was very much responsive to me in that regard. So I say, yes, alignment is an adult environment. You are at the PhD, Dba level, so you're expected to take responsibility for your work and be serious about your work. You will get the support that I'm sure that I got and the rest of us get in class and out of class as you go along. You're not alone. You're being supported by professionals, high quality staff who you feel are on that journey with you and want to see you succeed. But ultimately, you understand, I think I understand that, this is my wish, my ambitions, and I have to take responsibility as an adult to make it work for me. And in that regard, the rubber meets the road. You have to do the reading, whether 2 hours a day, whether 3 hours a day. I have to do 4. I'm an old man, I'm gray. My gray matter is not so good. So I need to do at least 4 hours a day to do my reading, and I have to be strategic. I can't read everything on the reading list. I have to take the main textbook, and work with that to get my assignments in first and foremost. And if I have extra time, I go back and read the rest of the material, or I defer it for later. But it's important to keep on top of the game and not get caught left behind or have work piling up, because the stress comes from the work that you're not doing. So yes, B, for me, B, a boutique hotel, intimate, informal, and so that is the B criterion. A, the alignment and the adult environment, the accessibility of the professors on the A side. B, the boutique environment. Everybody's intimate, everybody's close. You get to know persons on a one-on-one basis. Your professors are like friends, but they're also very helpful professionals as you go along. C, challenging work, no doubt about that. The first 2 terms, nice and smooth, Dr. Jasso, leadership, corporate social responsibility, but it gets progressively, more challenging when you come into the quantitative methods and the case studies that Carmella spoke about. So it is challenging, but that's the whole idea. In my case, I have a good support system with my sons who here, and so if you have a support system that you can put in place to help you along, that is good. What we did in our cohort, we have a WhatsApp group chat. And so offline, when we're done with the class, we get online and we exchange views. It helps to keep track of deadlines. We clarify things. We have one person who communicates with the professor on our behalf so that everybody's not flooding the professor with the same question. So one person will talk to the professor about the group's concerns and get back to us and clarify that for us. WhatsApp has done a good job for us in keeping us outside of the class, grounded and bonded and working together to make things efficient. So the networking that was talked about is important. And D, so ABCD, diversity. No question. This is just so good. Global, diverse, all over the world. I have contacts in Iran. I have contacts in Lebanon. I have contacts in United Arab Emirates, Dubai. It's just fantastic. I'm from the Virgin Islands, Dominica, the Caribbean. So you can't get any better than that. And of course, I must plug Sundays with Santelola. I think this is a game show. This is the TV, made for TV program that's gonna hit in the future, because Sundays with Santelola, Sundays with Dr. Santelola is basically when minds get together, student and faculty, talking about current events and main topics. I know there are other things in the works. I think that one is a gold mine and a winner, and I'm sure I will be around to see it go further than just within the university campus grounds. Because it's really inspiring, it's inspirational, it's down to earth, it's global. Farid Zakaria of CNN has nothing on this. So that's my contribution.
Thank you, Vincent. I really appreciate it. Love the Sundays with Santelola, as the calls us in the chat. That's great. Oscar, if you, Sasha unfortunately could not join us. He is the one of the senior vice presidents of Qatar Airways. He's always traveling, and he is in the Maldives right now in the business dinner. So unfortunately couldn't join us today, but we also have Oscar Nobrega, one of our students. So Oscar, are you there?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I think my colleagues said it all. I'm blessed to be the last, but also in trouble because everybody said basically everything about, since the beginning of classes and stuff. I have the opportunity to study with Vincent. Everybody has been so kind to me since I've got in. So I do recommend, like Anna and Carmella and Vincent and all the professors. I was blessed to have class with Mr. Jesso, with Mrs. Stewart. We're having classes with Dr. Goldsmith. And we do have, as Vincent said, the diversity is a huge deal. So for me, it's a great opportunity to have people all over the world. I'm from Brazil and I live in Brazil, and I've did, since my academic structure and academic life. I did international relations, I did laws as well. And my master's was in Spain with, mediation and conflict resolution. And I was hoping, like Anna said, to do something more dynamic and something more applied. So I think not only the DBA is the place to be, but also UBIS. So thank you, UBIS. I feel we are like a family, and everybody takes care of each other. So we do have the whole system. Not only the university gives us the opportunity and all the support we need, but our classmates all over the world, with different time zones, somewhere in the future, somewhere in the past. I feel a little bit like DeLorean, with the whole time zones and stuff. But it's amazing to learn. And I, like Anna said, I'm a learner and I absorb as much as I can. So I try to absorb also, like Vincent and Professor Jesso and a lot of other people. I'm blessed to be, one of the youngest and learn as much as I can. So thank you for the opportunity. Everyone, welcome to UBIS. It's a great family. Let's all graduate and, meet someday at the UBIS campus.
Thank you, Oscar. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you all for your kind words. Definitely it's appreciated. So now you have a big forum here of faculty, staff, students. So this is a great opportunity to ask questions and make sure, again, you get that, or you get all your questions answered from today's session or any sessions that we had before. So let's use this opportunity, as we still have some time, to answer some of your questions. We could use the chat box that is available here on the Zoom screen. We also you could use the raise your hand feature or just simply speak up. So with that being said, let's get our Q&A session answered, and whoever wants to go next, by all means. I am looking at my Brady Bunch square to see if I see anybody.
I have a question for Vincent.
Okay.
And this is actually a response to him, to all of you. Vincent and Carmella said they read 2 to 4 hours a day. Now, if I were you and I heard that, my head would start to spin around and I would start to perspire and get a little nervous. But I would actually get excited. Okay. Now, I don't know how many hours a day you're going to really read, but you're going to do a lot of reading. Okay. So get ready. Now, whenever you're going to start, and I'm totally serious, go start to read stuff. If you want to have reading, email me and I'll give you some stuff to read. I'm not kidding you. Start reading. It's all in English. Okay. There's a lot of languages in this room. So get ready and then start to write your thoughts down. And I'm telling you in advance, it's going to be a great journey, but you're right. Welcome back to homework. That's the journey. And it's all in 8 weeks. Okay. So get your stuff organized, get your workstation ready, get your priorities straight, because it's going to be a great ride. So thanks, Vincent, for telling us we have to read 4 hours a day, but everyone's different pace, but it's a true story. All right. That's it.
Thank you. So we have a comment and a question from Audrey. Not at all nervous. Very excited about the reading. That's great. And then from Samira, thank you for such opportunity. I would like to know more about practical assignments. So Dr. Shauna, if
What did it say, practical?
Mm-hmm.
Who asked that? Where are you? I'm gonna practical you and put you, where are you? Who said that? Let's see. Jess, was that you?
No,
it's not me. Although don't ask a question
In
though.
the chat box.
I see. Practical assignments. The whole idea here is to bring theory, the explanation for a phenomenon, whatever that may be, theories in management, theories in leadership, theories in fill in the blank, and how do you apply it to the real world. So we aim to apply things like, giving you opportunity to lead in a leadership class. But also, here's an example. One of our main things here is sustainability, and not in a sort of, silly way, but the real way of sustainability. And in many of our courses, we actually have in our syllabi, how are we going to bring sustainability to the real world in practice? So we'll have you actually do sustainability type things. There's a really where the rubber meets the road theme in the program for sure. I hope that answered the question.
Thank you. And I believe we had another question from someone. I do not recall who it was. My apologies. So if you could please ask your question, that would be great.
Yeah, Rafael, this is Jess. Yeah, I think I was that person. Hi.
How are you?
I'm from the Philippines. Yeah. When I was listening, I think the question that I had the back of my mind is, as one student takes on the DBA, a question which always persists is that you would want to specialize on a certain area. And normally in some schools, they do that by offering some elective subjects. Like in my case, since I'm an executive, I'm quite interested in taking courses which would help me hone further my skills on corporate finance and corporate control and organizational development. Is that something which is offered in the subjects? Because I think I couldn't find it in the 700, 800 courses. I believe they're quite defined already. Any direction in this would be really helpful for my side. Thank you.
I can help you with that again. You're absolutely right. The courses are defined. So it's a planned curriculum. However, it means also, remember when I said we're teaching you how to think again, your faculty team is very much able to and eager to help you find that finance or whatever your specific line of inquiry may be. Now, meaning we will help you guide you to, say, a literature that supports your line of inquiry. So the resources and the direction that you get are not just contained in those courses. Those are courses to really start to get you moving. But if you have, as many of you will have, unique queries about how to take your own studies, not almost as a directed study type. It's not a structured piece, but that'll also help potentially lead you into your dissertation. Point being, the landscape is wide open for whatever is on your mind, and we have the resources to help you. It doesn't have to be just structured in our 8-week modules, although those are required. So the sky's the limit, and your team here is there to help you, guide you with that expertise, or point you toward the expertise.
I would like to add one thing which is in line with what Sean just said. Eventually you're going to get to your dissertation, and that is going to be the most important piece of writing you most likely will have written. So you will want that piece of writing to be something you can be proud of, you can be passionate about. And so my advice actually when choosing the subject whether it's on finance, whether it's on project management in a particular area. I mean, the sky has so many different opportunities and possibilities in terms of the research topic you may want to choose. And that should be something you can be passionate about. So if it's something you are doing professionally already, you might want to dig in and get your fingers dirty, so to speak, to learn more about your area. Sometimes also students may want to change focus area and in fact do a dissertation on a topic that is not within their professional journey. That is possible as well. But you need to be aware of the fact also, and I think this is important, that this is going to be a topic you're going to be stuck with for a little while. And so therefore, the choice of that is important.
Thank you, Dr. Viola, appreciate that. Oh, and we had a question from Dolapo, please.
Thank you very much, Rafael. Thank you, everyone. I'm Dolapo, I'm from Nigeria. When Vincent was talking, he referred to having a couple of texts to study for his assignment. So my question is about the learning management system. Are the texts downloadable? Can I download them off, or do I have to always go online to study? Can I have them in PDF format? Because I do a lot of studying via audio. That way I'm able to cover a lot more of my text than having to sit down to actually study. So that's my question clear.
Good question, yes. Most, if not all, of our literature is digitized. So you'll either have access to a textbook's actual learning platform on its own. Sometimes we have complete PDFs of texts, that's true. And at the same time, and most of our, if not all of our, let's say, academic journal articles are all available, or we provide them for you. But there are certain books that you need to get, if there's some added readings, there's a book here and there, I'll just say that, and most of these books are all digital anyway, you can just download them. So yes, the answer is yes. But you said you're used to audio reading, is that what you said?
Yes, that's what I do.
Okay.
Listening, not reading.
All right, so audio books are available.
I can convert them myself. Don't worry. Once I get them, I know how to convert them. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Thank you.
But so the answer is yes. Everything's digitized. Christina, what was your question?
Actually, just to add to this, depending on subjects, it's not exclusively about books. You may also want to refer to multimedia sources, such as videos, such as, whatever is relevant for your topic.
Thank you, Viola.
Christina?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dressel. My name is Christina. I come from Azerbaijan. I have additional questions regarding the studies on campus. I would like to hear some details about that, if that is possible, and how is it organized. And I would like to hear, you spoke about network with the United Nations. What does that exactly mean? These are my questions. Thank you.
That's a Viola question.
Well, our campus in Geneva is located within the neighborhood of international organizations. So the UN headquarters of Geneva. And yes, there are opportunities to actually do internships, to get to learn, short ones through conferences, or maybe longer opportunities, depending on your permit situation. Actually, for those, you may have to wait 6 months. If you're European, then that's not the case. You can start immediately. And so just today, for example, I sent out an offer that came our way from an organization that is looking for someone to help with an international conference. So yes, those kinds of things do come our way. And of course, we facilitate any of that as much as we possibly can for our students.
Great, thank you.
Viola, I think that's important to mention that there are activities which we organize jointly as well, like the conference that I gave an example of. So that's the opportunity for students to present their research work.
Absolutely, and we have some projects that are actually heading off. I mean, this conference planned for spring of this year is one of them. And in fact, I think in my presentation, I didn't mention that I'm a graduate of the University of Geneva and Strasbourg. So this is something which will be organized by the chair of UNESCO Strasbourg, but UBIS will be an active part in it. And of course, especially our DBA students and our faculty and also sometimes maybe even master students may join in into the conference, and you have an opportunity also to present papers.
Thank you, Viola. Christina, and I should say that we have a larger cohort of students from Azerbaijan, master students. So I'm teaching them now. So really welcome.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. I did my master's in Basel in Switzerland as well. So I have some connection and looking very much forward. Thank you.
I know that Michael had a question. Thank you, Christina. Michael had a question about the difference between a PhD and a DBA. I think that's an important one. So let's get right to it. On the one hand, nothing. On the other hand, if you wanted to be really specific, a PhD is traditionally, and maybe I can speak for the United States, but it's really pretty much the same. PhD's focus is on academics. You're there as a researcher designing, crafting new theory, and the journey of the PhD graduate is more likely into academics. So you've just returned the cycle. The DBA is still a research-centered degree where you are working on developing new knowledge and new theories. The whole point of a dissertation, by the way, is that your dissertation is a theoretical new contribution to, as we have said many times, knowledge. Everyone who writes a dissertation has a theory, a new explanation of something. But the DBA graduate, a doctorate, the purpose is that you are a practitioner most likely in an enterprise already, and your journey after the DBA is more likely to remain in the industry as a sort of, not the smartest person in the room type thing, but you're as a doctorate in your enterprise or your industry, you are that kind of, you have that leverage, as we've talked about in earlier meetings. However, I think the DBA has sort of a 2-for-1 special, and the DBA also gets you back in the door of teaching. And we mentioned, so it's a very, I don't want to say it's very differentiated. Yes, PhDs, particularly in the US or the UK, are often, more of them are younger. They're working for 5 straight years in a laboratory of some kind. They're under the tutelage of a professor in a lab, whether it's a social science lab or whatever. And the destination of the new PhD candidate is an associate professor back in some school, and it just starts all over again. Doesn't mean you can't be a PhD like some of us and do both, but it's an important differentiation on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's really not. To me, the DBA, if I kind of knew about a DBA a long time ago, I'd probably have done that. So I hope that answers your question to differentiate the two. It's an opportunity to do both, practice and knowledge creation. And that was for Michael and everybody else.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? I don't believe I see. I don't believe I see anything else. Unless, Jess, do you have another question, or do you keep the hand over there?
Yeah, Raf, this is Jess. I just have a follow-through question for the faculty here. Having heard Sean talk, May I inquire what the thrust of the DBA for the school is? I mean, there are some schools in Europe and the US wherein when you take the DBA, their preference is that you are looking at outward contribution. Perhaps it's towards change management, it's towards sustainability, it's towards a very specific positive impact in the industry. May I know if UBIS has a specific thrust for its students as they undertake the DBA, or it's an open field?
I would say it's a bit of everything. It's a newer school in the sense that we have that wide open landscape. Is there a theme? I think in all business school programs, the theme, like the big theme, is general management, leadership, organizational design, those kinds of things seem to be thematic when we talk about business schools, whether it's an MBA or a doctorate. The good news is that you are all seasoned practitioners as well. So you are the ones that will also be the what UBIS presents to the world, whatever your dissertation topic is. However, what I've also learned is that all of those dissertation topics usually funnel into those kinds of buckets. General management, a lot of sustainability stuff for, obvious good and trendy reasons. So if, Jess, you have a vision for what your contribution is, our job is to also help you hone that and make it happen. So wide open landscape, like for example, if you went to Wharton, got a doctorate at Wharton, University of Pennsylvania, there's a higher probability that your focus might be in finance or accounting. That's just because that's kind of their thing over there. We're a general management, general leadership type approach with all kinds of opportunity for specialization.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead. There's one more. We have one time for one more question. From Michael. Can I also ask regarding the collaboration with the UN? So the kind of opportunities available to students are unemployment with the UN or a chance to offer a dissertation of interest to a UN, such as maybe sustainability or something else. And who should we speak into this unique opportunity? Sean or Viola, would you like to take that question? I think it's along the lines what you had said already.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the UN does offer a number of internships, and oftentimes internships are a way to get a foot into the door, so to speak. In some cases also, students will find actually employment opportunities with the UN. Now, UBIS is not going to be able to necessarily facilitate any of that. What we can do, on the other hand, is obviously communicate any opportunities we get to know about. And we have also internal tools and listings on it's in preparation actually on our internal page. You get access to where you will see those listings. We have a WhatsApp group for anyone who is in Geneva, and just this morning I posted one of these opportunities. So there are obviously possibilities just regarding the dissertation question and how you would focus your topic. Actually, whether it's NGOs working with the United Nations or the United Nations themselves, they do have interest areas, and you might well find, if you're interested in the right of the child, for example, to focus on UNICEF and other organizations working with children. I hope I answered your question. Sustainability is the same thing.
Thank you, Viola. So, all right, so we have run out of time. We really appreciate everyone attending our DBA What to Expect session. Again, it's been a pleasure getting to know you throughout this whole process. Very excited again to embark in this journey with you. and we hope to see you at orientation. Again, we'd like to remind you to please make sure you complete all your requirements to ensure that by orientation, we have everything when it comes to credentials completed for you. That way you can successfully start your program. Again, thank you very much. Stay safe and have a great day. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, good one.